Evening, buddy.
Well, good evening. How we doing?
Good, and yourself?
Well, pretty good. It seemed like my end was cutting out here a little bit, but maybe
What's
we're
it?
good to go. I don't know.
All
We'll have
right.
to see.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin's with us tonight. I don't think Kevin was with us last week, was he? Don't remember him being on there, but
You know
maybe he
what?
was.
Kevin got a picture of us on the pontoon. There's some friends from the Vetted Patriots are back here in North
Really?
Dakota. So yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
perfect. Hey,
good, good.
Brian, good to see from you. Good evening, Mr. Fellow MV from
Yeah, I love
Whalen.
that
Is with
MVs every
us.
week, Brian. Don't stop that, buddy.
Yep. Eric's with us tonight. Good to see Eric. Eric never misses very many. It's got to
No.
be. He's really got to be doing something to be
Yeah. Hey,
missing.
Eric, your video with the 30-30 is doing good on YouTube for us on the shorts, buddy.
It is. Eric says he did some group therapy on the way home from work tonight. Pop some prairie dogs. So that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
That's the best therapy, man. Hey, Waylon, hey, how you doing? Evening, Waylon sent some pictures in. We got him up on the Facebook page there. He's got himself a new cap and he's got the decals on his truck, man. Appreciate you sporting our gear, brother.
Yeah, and I apologize. I was going to have those up on here, and I just honestly I didn't get a chance to load them up. So, but yes, thank you very much. We saw them on there. Hey, Blade Rain. Hey, Andy, how you doing?
Hey, Andy, how you doing, buddy?
Of course, the mayor of Mobridge, Gene Cox. He has joined us tonight. So good to. I think we got a pretty good show for him. But
Yeah.
I suppose we should probably get started how we do every single show, and
You
that's
bet.
all right. Here it goes. The Second Amendment: a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And we start every single
Absolutely.
show like that. It's probably I can't say it enough. It's the most important one that we have. Without our firearms, without our rights, we don't have nothing, guys. It's all done. It's checkmate. So
Yep. You're right, Clayton. 100%, buddy. Yeah, so tonight's show we got we're going to do the poll question of the week and discuss the answers on that. And then we got from gunbroker.com from last month, we're going to go through the best-selling guns in each category. And then, of course, our Second Amendment bullet points. I think Clay's got a couple. I got a couple. And then we're not having Clay's Commie Company this week. We're having Clay's pro-Second Amendment companies. And then the happy ending after that. So imagine, it sounds short, Clay, but once we get going and get into talking everybody's comments and that, and it's gonna be a fun show. It'll probably go about an hour and a half. So Lynette, hey, good evening, gents. Good evening, Lynette, and we'll probably see you tomorrow night. And we're coming out. Like I said, I'm bringing a couple of vetted Patriots out there. We're gonna do some shooting at the rock range. So it'll be fun. Yeah.
Well, before we get going here, why don't we do an ad right away? Let's thank our sponsor, Laura Auto Repair, right down there on Washington.
And we didn't get it changed yet. Sorry, Dougie. But hey, right before I play this, Clay, Doug's got another guy coming in. He came in today. Gave him a call from watching Guns in the 701.
Awesome.
All right, here we go.
Great to hear.
The 701 is proud to be sponsored by Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you can't stop by, feel free to give them a call at 701-258-6308. Doug and the guys are ardent Second Amendment supporters and will always shoot straight with service and fair pricing. It's been a long winter with lots of snow, ice, and rough roads, so now's the time to get that alignment checked from the curb shots, potholes, and bumpy snow-covered roads. Summer will be here before you know it, so get that rig scheduled for an AC charge. Make sure and tell the guys at Lowry you heard the sponsored Guns in the 701 and thank them for supporting and promoting our Second Amendment civil right. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 701-258-6308. Your North Dakota proud, patriotic auto repair service.
All right. And again, thanks to Lauer Auto Repair. We can't do it without our sponsors like Lauer Auto Repair and the Blind Guy of North Dakota. So we want to thank them. If you are getting any work done, do just like the guy did that's going in there here now and tell him that you heard it right here on Guns in the 701.
Yeah, do not forget to tell him you heard it on Guns in the 701.
And we'll throw this comment up. Gene said he's been watching that 30-30 videos. I'm guessing that 130 grain is a hand load.
Yeah, Gene, when I was videoing that, when Eric did that, I actually thought it was kind of weird too, because I'm used to like 125s or 150s and 30. So Eric, I know he's listening. Eric, let us know if that was a hand load. Whatever it was, it blew the hell out of that water cooler jug. It didn't do as good as that 350 of yours, Clay. You saw when I hit that, but I mean, it's getting washed a lot more. So lever guns are still pretty popular, I guess.
Yep, no, it was great to watch and see how that video's just taken off. Hey, DJ, good to see you, and hope you got my message that I sent to you about the tickets and what he's talking about there. Well, what he was asking was our Farm Bureau raffle, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
All right, Clay, let's get to this poll, buddy.
All right, well, I grab it right here. Here it is. There we go. Guns and 701.
Yes, sir.
You come across a group of coyote pups, would you? Well, that's pretty resounding there, right there.
Yeah.
87%. Do you got the votes on that? Broke down.
I do have it. Yeah. Yes, with 87% with 64 votes. No's 12% with 9 votes. It would be 10 votes because I actually what inspired this this poll question was my buddy Jay Diggity. We were out the farm there scouting some deer, and I saw 6 coyote pups. I'll put the video up soon enough here, but yeah, he wanted to shoot him. Are you gonna shoot him? You gonna shoot him? And I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna shoot him. That's why. Hey, there's these little fawns all over. I don't know. I guess I just feel like giving them a chance. Maybe if they're there, I'm going up the ranch this weekend. If they're there, they might not be so lucky. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I got to give them a chance, man. I know what they're gonna grow up to be and what they're gonna do and what the deer is, but I don't know. They're just like little puppies, man. I'm even actually more of a cat guy than I am a dog guy, but I was just looking at him like, nah. I'm like, we go over there and they're there. You can shoot them all you want. I'm not against anybody doing it, Clay. But it's not my deal. I'm not going to do it.
I definitely, it would have been a no-brainer for me. In fact, I've done it, so I guess I would because I'd do it again.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody does, I'm not going to turn my head and get a tear in my eye. I'm just going to be like, hey, man, if you want to do it, that's because I totally understand it, what they're going to grow up to be and what they're going to do, and I got all that. But yeah, I'm a no on that. There was a couple other people answered no, and I was like, really, they wouldn't do it? Oh, okay.
Well, here we do have an answer from Eric. He says it's a hand load from 1993. Wow, I graduated in 93, so those are 30 years old.
Yeah. What kind of bullet was that? I think it was a soft point. I can't remember. Hollow point, actually, I thought it was, but maybe I thought he told me spear hollow points, but
oops, I just looked. I loaded them in 1990. Oh, so they're even older.
Man, vintage, baby.
Vintage loads. One shot cat. FBI has no filter.
No, they don't.
Them guys, the communists. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Tyrants, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. Well, both. Both. We'll go with
Kevin
both
says to tell you that JD have Nicole and Mark shooting and blowing blank up.
Yeah. Shiggity. Yeah, we are gonna. Hey, Kevin, I tell you, I got some tannerite for them. And we got a ton of jugs, and of course, Axe always has multiple gongs hanging up at the rock range, so it's going to be fun. I think Nicole said she maybe shot once in her life when she spear soft points. Okay, I said spear hollow points, but yeah, okay. Thanks there, Eric. Appreciate it. Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff to shoot. Nicole, I think she only shot when she was growing up in Miles City, like once or twice. So we're gonna have all kinds of 22s and 223s, ARs, and I don't know, all kinds of stuff. You're gonna have to stay tuned. We'll have some videos of it for sure. We'll make some shorts of it. It's gonna be fun. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow too. 85, sunny. I think not much wind. And they're from California, so they're going to get some real taste of freedom.
You have to take some freedom delivery systems they don't have and send some freedom seeds downrange.
Oh, for sure. And then as you and I know, Doug has plenty of those, so it's going to be fun.
Because our friend Marty Beard sent us this. Look at this, guys. Like the good old days when you can buy a gun by the mail and vote it in person. It was ordered by mail. Check out Smith & Wesson. That's your police revolvers, 38 special, $56.50. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
The H&R, I didn't even know H&R made a revolver either. They got a 22 revolver there for $45.55. I like how they get the 55 cents in there.
55 cents. Yeah, I don't have it. I do have it now. It was my father-in-law's. I have an H&R revolver and a 22. I've never really looked at it a whole lot, but yeah.
Awesome.
But look at the scopes. $36. $36 don't buy you anything in a scope anymore, let alone a decent one.
You can get a red dot that won't work very long.
Yeah, no kidding. So we thought we'd put that up there. Just kind of nice to, go back and check it out how things used to be.
Yeah.
Free, unregulated for the
Hey,
most part.
hey, inflation's going down, man. Joe said it. Everything's working as planned with Bidenomics. Yeah, sure.
Bidenomics.
He can say what he wants, man. But when I go to the store and buy stuff, guess what, Joe? It ain't working. So
it isn't working. I mean, I just had to. I've been looking around for a couple things for our cutters, and I can tell you it hasn't went down. It's the inflation is still there. It's just there.
Our buddy Andy from Blade Rain, he says he has one of those H&R 22 revolvers. Yeah, that's awesome, Andy.
Cool.
That's awesome.
So is DJ Thompson down there.
Yeah, okay. Those things are pretty popular then, huh?
Sweet. Yeah, like I said, my father-in-law had. I have it. It's sitting here in the arsenal somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, hey Doug, he says it should be easy. So yeah, I think you're right. I think you can show him some pretty cool stuff.
All right, Clay.
Oh, look at that! I missed this one. David Fetting from 1760 Sports is joining us tonight. Good to have you on, David.
Evening,
I wonder,
David.
is David done hauling anhydrous and things? I bet he is now. But maybe
boy, you'd think so.
On the road quite a bit, but
I know I see some Snapchat. He sends me some trucking videos. So
there you go.
Usually people that don't know how to drive very good, but.
And Paula says Joe is full of BS. Boy, yeah, hot air BS.
Whatever he's full of, I think BS is probably even better than what he's full of. So
yeah, he might be. I think he's full of his red flows commie red. I think that's what it is. Yeah, and one other thing.
Yeah,
you see what episode it is tonight? We're at 50 episodes. Holy cow!
Number 50, huh? Halfway to a century. All right, man. Hopefully, make it to 100, Clay.
I hope so. Yeah. All right. All right.
Yeah, 50's good, man. Yeah. Oh, hey, it's almost as many episodes as I am old. So
I'm not quite there. I turned 49 this year.
Yeah, so. I'm into my 50s already. So.
I don't look a day over 60.
Well, yeah. Well, I had a head on with a scooter here on Sunday with my mountain bike. Going
still
about
got a
25.
Shiner from that?
Yeah, I got a little shine. My head hit his helmet, and my arm's a little sore. Yeah, but lucky I didn't break or tear anything. So I don't recommend doing that when you're in your 50s. But if you do, try not to break anything. So
I'll tell you that could be kind of dangerous.
Oh, yeah, my leg hurts in a few spots, and. Whatever. Like I said, I didn't break nothing. I'm feeling good, so I'm ready to talk some guns.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So we're going to give a rundown here. It's from gunbroker.com. It's from their statistics. If you've ever been on Gunbroker, I've been on there many times. We're going to go through their top selling firearms in each category from last month here. So first thing we're going to hit on, Clay, is semi-automatic pistols. Which number one right here, it's a Sig Sauer P365, which coincidentally, I did borrowed my buddy Eric's. He won one in a raffle. I did a gun review on it. My daughter's going to help me edit that Friday night. We'll get that up. Great shooting little pistol. I can vouch for this thing. And one of our sponsors there, Lauer Auto, Axel, he carries one, and he's quite deadly with that thing. I'm pretty impressed with his marksmanship on that. Then coming in number 2, the SIG P320, which is a full size. And number 3, CZ USA 75. It looks like it's almost a steel frame thing. I'm not too familiar with CZs.
They kind of talked a little bit about that particular firearm in that article, and I didn't realize it'd been around since 1975. I just didn't think it had been around.
Yeah, I knew it'd been around for a while, but yeah. Yeah, Doug's got a full-size CZ. I shot it. Super sweet pistol. It's got a hammer on it too. I love pistols with hammers, to be honest with you.
And it says it's an all-steel construction. It's a double-action and single-action design with an exposed hammer, like you were talking about there.
Yep.
It's the only semi-auto pistol on their monthly deal here that lists of the 5 top-selling models that isn't a striker-fired. And doesn't come standard with a polymer frame. So I mean, here's an old school gun that it's not a polymer. It's got an exposed hammer. Yeah,
in the previous rank, Clay, it was 8th. So this thing leaped up to 3rd place here.
Yeah, I wonder what's causing that. Honestly, interesting.
Smith and Wesson and a few other people have been making these steel frame pistols again, and I don't know, maybe. And like you said, that CZ's been around well, so maybe people are getting on the way. Because I do like that Smith & Wesson steel frames. It looks it looks awesome, man. I love steel frame stuff, and the hammer. I love the hammer too on it. So
Awesome. All right.
all right. So
I
number
didn't mean
four-
to interrupt you there, but
no, that's fine. That's fine. Hey man, I love talking about stuff like this. So 4 coming in at 4, the Glock 43, previously 4th, is hanging right in there.
Yep.
And number 5 in a semi-automatic pistol. These are all new ones we're talking about, by the way. The Glock 19, which it looks like it was a Glock 19. That got a longer barrel. I can't tell. That 43 looks pretty stumpy, but no, that 19 looks like a long range. I don't know my Glocks very well. They're fun to shoot. I love shooting Glocks. They're great shooting handguns.
I know that the Glock, the number signifies basically what it's going to be. You know, you got whether it's a 9mm or a 10mm or 44, or I mean 45 or something like that. I know that it has a lot to do with that in their numbering.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not real big on Glock. I have some, as you know, but they're not my
I know
choice.
your 10mm Glock kind of gets me a tingling. So
I do love that one.
Yeah.
I do like the 10mm. I got a Smith or not Smith, Springfield in the 10mm as well, and I really, really enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a 40.
Awesome.
I like my 40. I like them all.
Yeah, you're one of them 40 weirdos, you and Bachmeyer.
That's okay. Too bad he ain't watching tonight.
All right, we're going to new revolvers here. Number 1, Colt Python. If you ever watched the early episodes of The Walking Dead, that was Rick's gun. Rick carried the Colt Python. And which sweet. It looks awesome. I'm not a big revolver guy. I enjoy shooting them. I'm like Troy had that one on 280. Man, that trigger on that thing was unbelievable.
Oh, that was sweet, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to put this up. Gene said, did High Point make the list?
Not yet, Gene. I don't know. Maybe we get into them carbines and we'll see what happens.
And David's got to know what happened to the Browning High Power. That's a good question. I'm guessing they base this on sales.
Yeah, for sure. That's what it is. It's sales. It's exactly what it is. They're new sales of their stuff. So number 1 was a Colt Python. 2, Ruger Blackhawk. I'm a big Ruger fan, but I don't know. I've always thought that was an odd looking pistol for some reason.
What's the Blackhawk?
Yeah.
Oh, I really like. I've got several Blackhawks. I love them.
That big front. Yeah, like I said, nothing the way they shoot. They just look odd to me. I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that. I like how stuff. So 3 comes in, Taurus Judge. That kind of surprised me. I didn't know that that many people still bought the Judge. Actually,
oh yeah, mine's right back here.
Is it?
Yep.
Number 4, Colt Anaconda, and that thing's got a battleship barrel on it. So,
and that doesn't surprise me with Colt bringing back the I call them snake guns, but the Anaconda, the Python, they're reproducing them again, and I imagine that's driving a lot of it because people want to get them. So,
yeah. Number 5 here, Clay. This one actually really surprised me. The Heritage Rough Rider. I mean,
but it did drop. It used to be number 2.
Yeah, honestly, Clay, I know you handled these because the NRA banquets had some. And
I owned one. In fact, I had one at 2A Day.
I mean, they're pretty, man. They're made really cheap, but I guess they work and people like them. I think Casey shot his one he won, and he said it shot decently, but.
Yeah, well, we had that out there because he was having some troubles with it. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, he did have it out there. Yeah, now that you say that, for sure.
I think we found the problem. He didn't. Part of it was we just, they have that stupid little safety on there that slides. You take it and flip it over. That was part of it. He didn't realize it.
Oh,
but it was having some other issues. When that deal slid up in the back, it just was not allowing it to strike. And so I hope he was able to rectify that by.
I'll have to ask him tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll ask him about it tomorrow. So, all right, let's move into semi-auto rifles. The number 1, which was even previously ranked number 1, which surprised me, Clay.
Oh, that didn't surprise
awesome
me.
Gun. It didn't surprise you? Okay,
Nope.
Awesome. I mean, I love these guns actually. The Ruger 1022.
I have like 3 of them.
Yeah,
maybe 4 now. I don't even know.
I've never seen one of those things that doesn't shoot lights out or run like a sewing machine. Even when they're greased up and super dirty, the Ruger 1022 that's an awesome little rifle, man. I love that.
You know why that didn't surprise me? Because even when I was, it's been a while since I was a rep, but that was probably the number 1 or 2 firearm that we moved in our banquets.
Really?
And then when you looked at the whole numbers, 22s in general, still we did more 22, caliber firearms than any other firearm in the entire banquet system. That always
22,
shocked
man.
me. Yeah,
I
but
love shooting 22s.
22s are fun. I mean, they're just fun.
I always think, and then I started shooting them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
God dang, this is fun. I should shoot more of these. Yeah. All right.
I like that Brian said. He goes, it's un-American not to have a 1022. I actually have basically I have the 1022 that's in a 22 Magnum as well.
Yeah.
They only made those for a while. I love that gun. Back before we had cool cameras, I was, I had one of them big mini camcorders on there.
Mhm.
It was the only thing that wouldn't kill that camera with the recoil when you shot.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you used anything else, you didn't see the shot because boom, you saw the camera go.
Well, it's funny you say that because coming up at the end here, the 2A bullet points, I got some with camera. So
cool.
But yeah, and 1022s. I don't know if anybody's seen it around, but Smith & Wesson came out with a 22 Magnum pistol now that holds 30 rounds. Whoa, that thing!
There you go.
That's
got trying to compete with the Kel-Tec PMR 30.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
Gene slipped in here. The Python debuted at $125.
Oh my
a very
gosh.
expensive revolver at its time. Yeah, I mean, I think back to when I started buying guns, and I actually spent more on my first rifle and scope on the scope than I did the gun. The gun was the cheaper part, but even at coming in at right around $500 for the package deal, that was a lot of damn money. When I bought that in 1993 or 4. So,
yeah, yep. All right, Clay, coming in number 2, Springfield M1A.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I've shot them. Don't be offended. I'm not a big fan. I'm definitely more of an AR guy.
They're nothing like the original M1, like I got back here.
I mean, they look cool. I love the looks of them, and my buddy was actually the DM over in his I don't know what his platoon or whatever over in Iraq, and that's what he shot. And he loves it. So, all right, number 3, Springfield Saint. Look, that's the little looks like the little pistol one there, right? With the
I'm kind of surprised
with
that
the pistol brace. Now that's not illegal anymore, Clay, or is it?
Depends on which group you belong to.
we know the unfinished, the 80% lowers are legal again now, right?
And it's funny you mentioned that because one of my 2A bullet points has something to do with that.
Good. All right, number 4, FNH Scar. Shot one before.
They're fun.
Yeah. Again, Clay, I would definitely prefer an AR over the Scar.
I'm with you. I've shot the Scar. It's fun. I like. I mean, it's just cool looking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks badass.
I'll be honest. As far as if I'm going to go out,
I'm not anti-Scar. I'm just saying I think ARs are better.
I'm going to take the AR as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And the last, number 5 in the semi-automatic rifles here is FNH PS90, which, again, our buddy Axe may or may not have one of these. But I'm definitely not a fan of bullpups. Definitely, I don't care what it is, who makes it. I'm not. I'll shoot them. Anything's fun to shoot. I mean, a FUD gun's fun to shoot, but I for sure I'd take an AR over the FNH.
The FN, it's okay. I've shot them. I do not own one, and I've had no desire to buy one because it wasn't that fun. I'd rather buy something else. I got to point out. I know we're not doing used ones, but check out number 1.
You read my mind, Clay. Go ahead. I was going to say it. Go for it.
I mean, 1022. There it is. Yeah. And the second one now.
That blows my mind.
It does. It's the Ruger Mini 14 on a used gun.
List. And bullet hose inaccurate.
I mean, I got one of them, but man, there are just so many better guns. I basically own one just to say I own one. And
yeah, again, to me, a Mini 14 looks badass. If we're about 50
the gun
yards,
of the A team, don't you know?
Yeah. Who carried that? Hannibal, right? Hannibal Smith. I don't.
Yeah, I think Hannibal.
That was a stainless steel one. It had like the folding like wire.
Oh yeah.
It looked
bad.
Somebody's in your house and Mini 14's badass. I mean, it throws brass like an AK too. If it hits somebody in the face, probably knock a tooth out. But
so Gene brings up, does anyone have one of them rhinos? I do not. Those were a weird looking gun. Do you remember them?
Yes, yeah.
I do not own one of them.
They're like upside down. They're made upside down.
Yeah. We had a few in our banquets because they were just different looking, and we got them through AccuSport, but I don't know. I wasn't a fan of them, and I'll be honest, they didn't do well in the banquets either because I think people looked at them and said, what the heck?
I got a good idea, Clay. Instead of Doug Burgum, selling Yeti. They think he should a rhino. He should offer rhinos.
You should offer rhinos. Perfect, right? Oh, I can't believe I'm a moron.
All right, we're going into bolt action rifles.
Yep.
Number one, again, a little surprising me again here, Clay. Remington Model 700, because they kind of reinvented themselves after the whole collapse and resale. But yeah, Model 700 rifles, number one. Number two, CZ Model 457 coming in at number two. Sweet looking rifle.
Oh, yeah.
And Mossberg Patriot, they got a shotgun up here, but that's not what we're going to shotguns later. Mossberg Patriot. I had a Mossberg 220. I actually sold it to a guy in South Dakota. It was the Thunder Ranch. Sweet little rifle there. But that's at number three. Number four, Ruger American. I own a number of Ruger American rifles. Nothing bad to say about them. Their machining might be a little rough in some spots, but them things shoot freaking lights out for the price of them. Unbelievable. Well, Clay, we were down to they had at the Prairie Dog tournament down there in Selfridge. I have my Ruger Ruger Ranch American. And number five, Savage Access. Again, shoots real good, right? The magazines on the Savages have definitely something to, even the Ruger Americans, unless you buy them with the ones that take mag pulls.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, the Savage Access for an out of the box entry level rifle, it's fantastic. I haven't bought one for a while, so since the company sold, I can't tell you what they're like now. But when it was still under the supervision of the CEO Ron Colburn, man, the tolerances were good. The basically the factory line on them.
Oh, the new ones shoot good. I've had a few people I've been around them. Yeah, they still shoot unbelievable. They're just like the Ruger American.
Yeah, good, because that to me, they were a fantastic gun. I'm gonna do one thing real quick here and see if this will work. I went and found the Rhino.
I seen Vance said he has one.
Can you see it? There it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't mind the Rhino. I mean, they look different, but for whatever reason, it's kind of pleasing to me for some reason.
I mean, they're different. They're just
I like that you got a rail on there, man. You get your laser on there, your night light for home def. Man, that's sweet.
They basically shoot on the bottom of the cylinder, not the top.
Yeah,
that was the big difference.
Yeah. Like I said, they're upside down.
Now this is a CO2, but it looks just like the other ones. I popped it up here because that was what came up. But if you can see, that is their design. That is what they looked like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
You can have this one battery operated CO2 for the low price of $259.
Gene wants to know, is that CZ 457 clip fed? I don't know, Gene. I'm not that familiar with CZ bolt actions, to be honest with you. I've seen pictures of them, and man, they do make some sweet rifles. I will say that, but just by looking at the pictures I've seen of them, so
yeah, I'm not sure either.
All right, Clay, lever action rifles new. Number one, Henry Big Boy. Right, you can't go wrong with the Henry. Matter of fact,
Henry.
Like I said, my buddy Diggity was up at the Brecht Ranch. We got a review going with this 22 Henry. Thing was pretty sweet, man. It's going to be a good review. Number two, Marlin Model 1895 rifles. I like those. I like that, man.
They're a nice shooting gun. I had one briefly for a while, but I traded it for something that I wanted more. And I don't trade very many guns.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't much anymore, but when I was younger, I always did that kind of stuff. But so number three, Rossi R92. I've never shot a Rossi. I think they make an actual 410 lever action, which I wouldn't mind that. That'd be pretty sweet.
Guys, just quickly, we for some reason have lost. I can still see your chats coming in, but for whatever reason, we lost our display again. That happened in the last time too. So
yeah. Clay might have to send an email there since he's the master blaster.
So I can put them up here, and then you guys can still see.
Yeah. All right. Number four, Henry Golden Boy, and coming in at five again. Hey, man, Henry dominates the lever action market. Number five, Henry Side Gate lever actions coming in at number five there. So,
I had to put up here. I'm sure Brian was referencing that Rhino. So it looks like it should have a Nerf.
Yeah, Marlon Perkins up there in the chopper shooting them. So
yeah. And then David says, I would not discount a CZ rifle. They have some pretty cool features. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't either. I think they're a nice gun. I just don't own one. Gene says that the CZ 550 is a great rifle. So
Yeah, I'd love to shoot one. I mean, like I said,
now
I've seen pictures.
that
around.
Rossi R92, I actually have one of them.
Mhm.
Nice run. I mean, you know what? It's not the top of the line gun, but it's a nice running lever action gun. Mine's not the stainless, but there is nothing wrong with
I think-
that lever action.
I think
really
Jesse had one at that NRA meeting we went to in Medora. That was a 357, right? I think I shot. Yeah, that was
it was
pretty
either a
sweet.
357 or maybe a 4570 because he won that at one of the banquets. We had those in the
Mhm.
banquets
Mhm.
because Legacy Firearms was, I believe, the
Yeah,
distributor of it.
yeah. They import them or whatever, right?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't
Yeah. Well, Brian
remember
says he
anymore.
can see the chats on YouTube. Thanks for the update, Brian.
Oh,
I
okay,
appreciate
good.
that. All right, so we're going to single shot rifles, brand new. Henry single shot, number 1, previously number 1. Number 2, Ruger number 1. That's weird, right? Number 2, Ruger number 1.
Yeah, Ruger number 1.
I didn't know Chiappa did this. Chiappa Little Badger rifles. I'm guessing when I say Little Badger, it's probably like 22 mag, 17.
I imagine. Yeah,
Oh boy,
I'll be
coming in
honest.
number 4, baby, right
There
here.
it is.
I
There
got
it
a
is.
hunch tomorrow night. The vetted Patriots, my man Mark's going to be shooting one of these Barrett M99.
Pull them tracers out. You better have some fun with it.
Oh yeah, baby, love that. And number 5, I didn't even know these guys made them. Clay Traditions Outfitter, number 5, they're single shot. I like them little single shot. Right, I'd like to have a single shot in 223 actually, because 223 is my favorite caliber. I am a pimp of that. So
Did you see their previous rank though? That's what's interesting.
previous
999 and moved up to 5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
Man, is that a typo or what? Wow.
I don't know. Either that or somebody actually did an article on
I was going
them
to say
and,
somebody
well,
did
you
a
know, that
hell of a
goes.
review on them.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that. It's like, wow, moved up, from basically 1,000 to
Yeah.
5.
That's funny. That's funny. All right, Clay. Let's hit the semi-auto shotguns here. Number 1, I thought it'd be a
Beretta
Beretta, but
A300.
not this one, to be honest with you. Beretta A300, previously
got
number 1
one.
as well.
It's not my favorite gun, but I've got one.
Yeah, semi-auto shotguns. The Black Eagle, I mean, I've shot those, and that's always been. Benelli M4, I guess I've never shot one of those. I do. It might change my mind. Number 3, Remington
The V.
3.
Yeah, the V. I don't have one. I've shot one, but I mean, it's a self-defense shotgun.
God, Beretta dominates this too. Number 4 is Mossberg Model 940. I do like Mossberg shotguns. And 5, Beretta 1301 shotguns. It looks like the barrel's a little shorter than the A300, right? Is that like a home defense thing or what?
I think they are. I don't know nothing about that particular
Mhm.
model. I can tell you this: if you look at all these, most of them they're going to be that polymer or they're a home defense
Mhm.
type shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to
Whoa.
shotguns, I use most of mine
Yeah.
to bird hunt, and I can tell you flat out, I'm a wood stock guy when it comes to my shotguns. I enjoy the wood stock.
That's funny. I've never
traditional
seen you
look.
wear yellow.
Oh my God! People probably didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
But I really do like the traditional shotguns when I'm out, hunting birds. Now, don't get me wrong. I've got my BPS. I do like that gun, and that's completely a polymer gun. But I still like my Winchester 1200 or even a Remington 870. I like those old guns.
Yeah,
older
when it comes to
guns.
shotguns, Clay, I'm indifferent on synthetic or wood. But why don't you catch up on some of these comments here, Clay? We got some good ones going on there. Right after
yeah.
Brian's or Eric's got one.
All right, I'll go get into here. Okay, well, Brian said he could see the chats. Eric's got on here. He said, can't believe the Marlin lever action.
Yeah,
didn't
me
make the
either.
list. Yeah, I mean, well, we had the one, but that Marlin. But
Is that
was it.
Marlin? Eric, if you can put that, is that Marlin, or maybe Clay, that Marlin he's got in that video I did there? Is that the 3030? Is that a Marlin, or what is that he's got?
You have to ask him. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Let us know, Eric. Brian's got. I don't see the Belknap.
I've never
22.
even heard of that.
I have no clue what that is either. I know a lot of guns, but every once in a while. Let's see. The CVA single shots are legit, tightly made, clean triggers, really nice budget.
Okay.
Guns. I would explain it.
Thanks,
I
David.
imagine somebody did a review on them. They come in at probably a very good price point.
Yep.
And people are buying them because they want a good single shot for a good price.
I remember seeing one, Clay. I think my dad's buddy Roy in Golden Valley's got one in 17, and that little sucker shot awesome. So
No, you're right there, Gene. H&R made, they made a buttload of single shot rifles, anywhere from 22 to 45-70, and they did. In fact, we used several of those in the banquets too at one point.
Mhm.
It seemed like when we come across them, I don't know that they were fine, I guess.
Oh my God! That next comment, I was laughing, Clay. I'm sorry I didn't.
Clay is a fun, nice Doug. Oh, I think he meant to say Bergen.
Oh, Woodstock Clay. Yeah, we're gonna get Woodstock and put your face
Doesn't
on
like
it
my
now.
wood. Oh my goodness.
Marty's good at putting them faces on other things. Marty, if you find out
Yeah,
a
he is.
Woodstock, put Clay's face on it.
Great. You put it on a T-shirt. Anyway,
Oh, that's funny.
Keith O'Donnell. He's like, I can't beat an
No, you
870.
can't,
Yep,
Keith. I
you
agree.
can't.
870s are awesome. So are 270s.
Not a fan of the semi-auto shotgun. I like pump Remington 870. That's Eric's,
Mhm.
and I know Eric has
Yep,
870.
yep. I'm on board with you, Eric.
Let's see what else we got here. Oh,
Yep. Okay, yep. It is. 'Cause I asked him what his 30-30 was. It's a Marlin.
And Brian's at my dad. He bought it at Woolworths when I was about 8 years old.
I had a Woolworth
know,
shotgun
isn't
too,
that
20
something?
gauge pump.
I actually have a Montgomery Ward shotgun here.
Monkey
And
wards.
and from when I did the research on, because it was my grandpa's shotgun, and Mossberg produced those guns for Montgomery Ward. I did not know that.
I didn't either. Well, I tell you what, Clay, it's dang near 7:40. Should we do our double ad here and then get back to we got pump shotguns coming up here?
Yep, absolutely. And I'll just throw this in. Kevin says
sir.
his 870 Remy is my favorite. There you
Oh
go.
yeah, hey man, you can't go wrong with that one for sure. So, all right, we're gonna do the double ad. We'll be back. We're gonna hit on top selling pump shotguns here from gunbroker.com. Hang tight. The 701 is proud to be sponsored by Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you can't stop by, feel free to give them a call at 701-258-6308. Doug and the guys are ardent Second Amendment supporters and will always shoot straight with service and fair pricing. It's been a long winter with lots of snow, ice, and rough roads, so now's the time to get that alignment checked from the curb shots, potholes, and bumpy snow-covered roads. Summer will be here before you know it, so get that rig scheduled for an AC charge. Make sure and tell the guys at Lowry you heard the sponsored guns in the 701 and thank them for supporting and promoting our Second Amendment civil right. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 701-258-6308. Your North Dakota proud, patriotic auto repair service.
Guns in the 701 is sponsored by the Blind Guy of North Dakota. For all your custom window coverings, you can contact them at 701-222-3932. They're freedom-minded, they're patriotic, and they love the Second Amendment. This husband-wife team was born and raised right here in North Dakota and based out of Bismarck. Again, for your Second Amendment company, for all your custom window coverings, the Blind Guy of North Dakota, 701-222-3932, or visit them on the web at blindguynd.com. All right. Again, thanks to our sponsors. I got the Lauer Auto Repair down there in South Washington. Again, if you go and do any business with our sponsors, let them know you heard it here. And I can tell you, just like JD said, Doug's got one coming in this week?
Yes,
and
sir.
They heard it right here. So
you know what,
we're
Clay,
glad to hear that.
And if somebody does need blinds or something put in or their vehicle worked on and they don't support our sponsors, you know what you are?
Nasty person.
I love it.
Oh, all right, Clay. Let's keep on here. I dig going through these guns like this. Some people might be bored, but I like doing this kind of crap.
So I'll bring them back up here.
All right, we're going to pump shotguns. Number one here, Mossberg 590. And then they got the home defense one up there, which that's badass. I like that one. And number two, here we go. We had some 870 fans, right, Clayton? Now number two is the 870.
Up from number 4.
Yeah, moved up. Mossberg Maverick 88. I had a 12 gauge, but after I had a couple shoulder surgeries, I sold it to my buddy Brian. He's got it. I got it. In fact, I just got an email or a text from the Blind Guy. He's got himself a Coast to Coast 22. So,
you know what? I remember those. I've actually seen a few of them. I don't have one, but they
Coast to Coast, yes.
22s.
All right, so 3 was Mossberg 88, 4 Mossberg 500, And 5, which I know I actually last time or two I did the ATF raffle at the Friends and
Yeah,
banquet.
that
It
was
was
the
a
one.
Keltec KSG. Yeah. I mean, that thing's, I never shot one, but looking at the videos, man,
Oh
they
my
look like
God,
they kick
they're
like
fun.
a freaking mule, but whatever.
We actually took one of them. You'll love this. We took one of those when we was out in Virginia to a range, to a clay to a sporting clays range,
Mhm.
and used it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Range, not a lot of range on them, but we had a heck of a good time. But it's, guys, if you don't know what it is, it's got two tubes there,
Mhm.
and you can rotate back and forth.
They hold
and it
like
holds
12
what
in
is
each
it?
one, right?
Yeah, I think it's 20.
What's in a
is it
box of
24?
shells? 10 or 12?
25 in a
Oh,
box.
okay. Because I
12
thought it
gauge.
held total like 25, I thought.
Yeah, I think
Anyway.
you're right, and it's a bullpup design. But it was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
We had a good time with it. I would not suggest using that though for a sporting clays range.
Yeah.
Your accuracy is not going to be good.
I actually used my home defense at the sporting clays thing out here east of Bismarck when I went out. Scott invited me out years ago, and
Oh,
we did it, and I had it, and I ended up taking second with that thing, man. So,
oh, well, there you go.
all right, let's go over and under shotguns. Number 1, I heard the name. I don't know. I wouldn't know this if you held it in front of me. But Browning Satori 725.
Oh, really? You don't know what that is?
I know it's a double
Oh,
barrel, but I mean, I don't know.
yeah,
They all look
that's
the
a nice
same to
gun.
me, to be honest with you.
No, it's a nice gun.
I think double barrels actually for bird hunting. I prefer a double barrel or a single shot actually. But
I got a Weatherby over and under that I do like to hunt birds with, but
okay, yeah,
I like having more rounds than that.
yeah. Number 2, Browning Satori. It's just the first one is Satori 725. This is just straight Satori. I mean, I can tell it looks different, like it doesn't have the nice gold or polished
It's not
steel or something. Number 3, CZ. Man, CZ's and all kinds of stuff here. CZ Drake. So that must be like a duck hunting, right? And then, here we go, another one. That was 3. Number 4, CZ coming in again. CZ Redhead. They got any brunettes? And Beretta, I guess they're more the semi-autos here. Model 680. They coming in at number 5. So
yeah, it's
oh
all
boy.
of them. I don't know much about the CZs. I knew they made them, but like the Beretta and the rest of them, nice.
All right.
They're nice guns.
I like this. This is my favorite kind of shotgun right here, to be honest with you, Clay. We're doing these side-by-side shotguns, and particularly this, like right here, number 1, Stoeger Coach. I love it. A short 18-inch barrel, cylinder bore. Put whatever you want in there, and if somebody's within 20 yards, they're in big trouble. I love that kind
And we used a ton of them in the banquets. I don't know how many.
love them.
we had.
Love those things, man.
And they dropped into our VDO at the time, and they were really reasonably priced. So we used a ton of them. The Deadwood, when we did the event in Deadwood, we had one down there, and I think we called it it was a whole thing. You know how we were doing the package deals once in a while?
Yep.
And it kind of went with the Deadwood theme and with the stagecoach type thing. And yeah, so we had a big thing with it. It was kind of fun. But
yeah,
it's
awesome.
I don't know. We used a heck of a lot of them. We did.
So 2, CZ Bob White. I know the blind guy and his wife have CZs, but I don't know if they're Bob Whites. And they are side by sides. Are they side? Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, but they 28 gauge. I think, man, they're deadly with them. Man. Number 3, CZ USA hammer. I think I'd actually like that better than the Stoeger because I like to pull that hammer back on a shotgun too.
I like hammers too. They're kind of fun on those single shots.
Yeah, that's what he had probably under the table there on. Ring neck. Okay, Wyatt just said ring neck CZ is what they have for their bird hunting, and he does he doesn't usually have to ring the neck because he usually kills them with his. So.
Now I know we weren't doing any of the use.
No, go for it.
Scroll down there. The Ruger Gold label. That's a pretty well known side by side, and Ruger has an over and under as well. I can tell you that they're decent. They're real nice shooting guns too. I used to have one. I don't anymore. Again, I traded it for something else, but nothing wrong with them guns. And you pay a little for them, but they're a good gun. There's nothing wrong with them.
No, talking about them is kind of actually getting me fired up for some bird hunting there.
But I miss it. We just don't have the birds down here anymore. I used to live for opener a pheasant, and there ain't been no pheasants. So I don't do it.
Now that all the hay's cut down, some of it's growing back again. Now they got a shot of rain too up there in Golden Valley, but I'll get a better idea what the birds are going to look like here when I go up this weekend. So
good deal.
All right, Clay.
That kind of wraps them up. Let's go run through a few of these comments.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
I'll start back here. So one shot, he's got an Ithaca 16 gauge. Ithaca's been around forever.
The 20 gauge
but-
light, my grandma was hunted without a pump.
And as far as the 16 gauge, I have a 16 gauge and I love it. It's that in between, and it's a fun little gun. I actually had the boys using it when they were smaller,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still got the knockdown power that I think works for around here. It was a little light for pheasants, honestly, for whatever reason. We had good field loads in there, but I'll still take my 12 gauge for them pheasants, especially in late season.
Yeah.
So then we got Eric. He says that Marlin 3030. He says I got was a hand me down from my dad, and it was the gun I shot my first deer with. And I remember him telling me that. That's why he got it.
Awesome, man. That's
Big muley
awesome.
doe. And to me, there's nothing more satisfying, maybe a good way to put it, than getting one handed down or getting those heirlooms that have been in the family for generations.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of them for sure.
They might not have even a lot of value as far as monetary, but that doesn't matter. It's what the gun is about.
Yeah.
And that kind of, I bring that up because that's what that Montgomery Ward 12 gauge is all about to me. I actually stuck more money into it getting it fixed than what it was ever
firing
worth.
pin went bad on mine. Yeah, for sure.
Mine had a crack stock and it was wore out. But I still have it. That was my grandpa's shotgun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Coast to coast. Weren't they Marlins? That's what Brian says. That could be. I really don't know. That's just it. People don't know this. Coast to coast, Sears and Roebuck, Montgomery Ward, all these companies, Woolworth, they were having guns made with their names on them, but they were made by companies like Marlin and Mossberg. I mean, they were being made by gun companies, just being made for a certain company.
Yep.
That's just the way that was. Eric said, I hate the Mossberg 500. It's a piece of crap. Good paperweight.
Man, I like that tank safety on it. That's one thing I don't like about the 870 is where the safety of the finger safety. I definitely prefer the Mossberg safety, but they make so many aftermarket products for the 870. You can put that bigger safety on there.
So that's what I like
the 500
my
does too.
DPS, my Browning. That's right there on the back, and it just slides forward or back.
Yeah, I
like
like that. I like that safety right there.
One shot's got a Remington Model 241 Speedmaster 22 made in October 1945. Yep.
Right after
Absolutely.
WWII.
Yes. All right, Satori, if you got to ask the price, you can't afford it. Exactly, Gene. Exactly. They're nice guns. Nothing wrong with a Satori. They're a nice shooting gun. They really are.
Yep.
He says, I hunt with a CZ ring neck, 28 gauge. Yep. That
Yeah, same thing. Wyatt
gauge,
has. That's what he's got. 28
there's
gauge.
a lot
ring
of
neck. Him and Tammy.
people. That 28 kind of made a comeback. Really.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why doesn't wreck the meat?
Oh yeah, I remember Eric has this. He has a 16 gauge bolt action. Yeah, he was using that spring turkey hunting this year.
Yeah, guy I work with has a Savage bolt action detachable mag 12 gauge. I think it holds 3.
There ain't too many of them around. You just don't see them anymore.
It's freaking cool though. I like it. It's cool.
Says my wife drew a picture of me and my first deer with that 30-30. It's freaking awesome. Picture
Sweet.
and hangs in the living room. So yeah, if you guys, those of you know Eric, you probably know this, but his wife Charity she does pencil art, and I'll tell you, I had her do a portrait of our family, me and Danelle and the boys with the dogs, and I mean the detail. And here's the thing: you or me, I can't do that.
No, I'm an absolutely terrible
I'd have to be-
artist. Terrible.
She sits down and does it in a few hours. It doesn't even take her long. She just has that natural ability that God blessed her with. And I'm telling you, if you guys are ever looking to have something done that's very personal like that for anniversary, birthday, whatever, and I'm telling you, she's the one to go to. You will not regret going to her, and the detail she puts into those drawings. They're fantastic.
Can you send her a picture and then she can do it off of that too, or does she want? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
You can send a picture to her.
Good to know.
And she can do it. She does a lot of stuff like for Eric on skulls.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken some of our dead cow skulls down there.
Oh,
We had a horse die and took that down, so he's got the skull of that. I'm waiting to see something cool on that one these days. But
sweet.
I told him, take it, do what you need to do with it, have some fun with it. But I'm telling you, she does just an amazing job, and I can't say enough. No, we don't get no sponsor money for this. She's just that good, and if you want to get a hold of her, I can definitely put you in touch with her because she does a great job, just a fantastic job.
Yep. All right, Clayton. Coming up on 2A bullet points here. Why don't you go
let's
first?
see.
All
I'll
right,
throw this
JC
up here.
Higgins, baby. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I got a
Cheap back
shotgun. I
then.
still to my mom's.
Now they're collectible. Yeah, you're right, Gene. They've kind of become that what do they call that? A cult following, kind of like the movies.
Yeah. Yeah, JC Higgins
I'll let you do the
shotguns.
research, but wait, you see what they are used. I know it's funny how some of them guns like that, especially you don't see too many of them. I
Mhm.
suppose that's a lot of them. And when you're collecting, you want to have a little of everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, yep. Oh, okay. I put the chat overlay back up. We'll see if they start coming in here on our end.
All right. All right, Clay,
All
why
right.
don't you hit your 2A bullet point here? We probably got a couple, so I got a
All right.
couple. One might.
You want to go first? You
No,
want me
go
to-
for it. Mine's kind of. Both of mine are gear related, Clay. So why don't you change it up with yours here?
Yeah, mine are more as usual legislative.
Okay, I know that's
Or
fine,
down
man.
that
That's
route.
fine. We gotta have a good mix going here, brother. I like that.
And basically, this one has to do with what happened with the 80% rule that old commie Biden was trying to do. Basically, a federal judge in Texas he issued the blow to the Biden administration's anti-gun plan. Judge Reed O'Connor, and I did not go to look to see who appointed this judge, but yeah, I guarantee it probably wasn't a Democrat. I'm sure this was one of our fine Republican appointees. But vacated the ATF's frames and receiver rule. The final rule number, if you want to look it up, is 2021 R-05F. This resulted in a case, and I got to really say that, the Firearms Policy Coalition has been doing a lot of these cases.
Big time.
And I tip my hat to them. Everyone always looks to the NRA, and trust me, NRA is doing their fair share on this. I mean, they've been pulling the weight for a long time. It's nice to see other groups actually step up to the plate.
Mhm.
But the FPC, Firearms
They're
Policy
hardcore,
Coalition,
man.
them guys, and they focus on litigation. I mean, that's their thing. They don't really get involved legislatively. They focus on the litigation.
Mhm.
Well, they brought the case, and that's called Vanderstock versus Garland. Basically challenged the ATF's decision to reclassify. Remember this? They reclassified them, unfinished frames and receivers, as a firearm. And that was a result of Biden, because Biden got in there and he wanted his ghost guns, as he called them. He wanted them gone.
Yeah.
And all it was, guys, you could take a receiver itself, and if it wasn't finished, and it isn't like you could just take this and go, me or you order one. You better have yourself. You better have yourself an actual.
The reason if you're watching and I'm looking, a freaking prairie dog, one of them little prairie dogs, just fell in my window well. I saw
prairie
something. Yeah, he's a freaking. I guarantee it's a little prairie dog. How in the hell?
Oh, look at that P dog.
Oh boy, he's gonna get the pink or red rider here when we're done right in the head. Sorry, buddy, you fell in the wrong freaking window well. All right, go on, Clayton. I'm sorry.
Well, I was telling everybody, if you get an 80% design, basically lower, it's 80% complete, but it's not complete. And I'm telling you right now, guys, you got to have some skills to actually finish that out. It isn't like you can just go and do this without the proper tools and or training. There's certain things you got to do to certain specs to make it function. So this idea that you had a ghost gun, and then this whole rule was about essentially shutting down anybody at home making their own gun, which is not illegal, by the way, people, because they want to know everything about everybody all the time. And that's what this whole thing was about. They wanted to get rid of those privately manufactured firearms. And that's kind of what this stabilizing brace thing was also going into.
Mm-hmm.
So they did all this. Then 60 days later, that's right, he did this big conference or press conference in the Rose Garden announcing that the reclassification of 80%ers. And, I'm glad that it was basically struck down by this judge. I imagine that it's going to be appealed, and it will probably end up in the Supreme Court. We'll see. The Supreme Court has not been very friendly, thank goodness, to the ATF or Garland on most Second Amendment issues. So it's kind of good to see.
Hey, Clay.
Yeah.
Lynette, it's not a squirrel. I'm going to go take care of this thing. You want to handle this for about 5 minutes here? I can't stand this thing. Okay, I'm going to go do this.
You should turn your camera around and show everybody.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can do that.
Guys, you love this. There's a prairie dog just giving the finger to Jamie, I think, here, and he's going to go wreak havoc on it.
All right, you see that window right there?
I see that. We see
there he is right
popped
there.
up in the corner. Yes,
all right, I'm going to go get him.
Guys, we might have on-air live hunting of
You're
P
in trouble,
dogs
little buddy.
with the was it the Red Rider? I don't know. He
Right
can't hear
here.
me now. Oh, there we go. The Red Rider
All right, I'll
BB
be
gun,
back.
a classic
See what
BB gun.
happens here.
We interrupt this broadcast for live action. I guess that's how we could say this. So Jamie's going to go after. Guys, you realize that he is right there in Bismarck, in town, and this little dude just comes through there because they do have prairie dogs, guys, in there. Got a park up there on the north end of town, and you just go up by Red Lobster if you're familiar with Bismarck and head straight to the west, and you're going to see a prairie dog town in that park. And when the boys were young, we stopped there, and I thought that was kind of funny. I struck up a conversation. This gal's like, "Oh, it's so cute. Hey, look at that. You just saw him in the corner there, guys." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Too bad someone don't take a gun and shoot him." And you'd have thought I asked that gal or was committing murder. Oh, she was upset with me. Oh, there goes Jamie. But yeah, on the podcast, we'll give you a play-by-play. He's now sneaking up onto the there. I see the gun. He's got his BB gun. The Red Rider. He's taking aim. Oh, I believe he fired. Let's see if he got it. Wait, I can't see. Those of you that are not watching, I cannot tell you if he's gotten it or not. But he has reached his target. Oh, my goodness. Whalen says, "Don't shoot your eye out." That's right. He's using a Red Rider BB gun. Oh, my goodness. All right, you're absolutely right, Lynette. Live action on Guns in the 701 tonight. This is, I guess we can call this our new segment, right? Live hunting and instruction on Guns in the 701. One shot. This is great, guys. One shot says, "Shoot him, JD. Shoot him." If it has a long tail, it is the prairie dog. Oh, look at that. He got his gun down there. Maybe he finally got him. Eric Newman says, "Shoot him." Oh, absolutely. Everybody's chiming in now. Jamie, it's a squirrel. No, I don't think it is. That actually looked like a prairie dog when it stood up there in that corner. Oh, he's jumping down there. There he is. I believe he's going to show us his trophy. There. He got him. There it is. He got him. The Red Rider BB gun still does the job. Yeah, Lynette. It makes you wonder if YouTube's going to shut us down now. But, we don't have Larry the Lib on there anymore. So I don't think we'll get reported. I'm pretty sure that's the guy that screwed with us last time. And we let him have his say. And then we harassed him and had some fun. So hopefully old CommieTube doesn't shut us down. But we'll find out. Maybe we're far enough into the show. We're an hour into the show. We won't get nixed, hopefully. So there you have it. You saw it live. Jamie got, Jamie needed a GoPro on his Red Rider, I think. Then he could have really got in on the action for everybody. Put it up. Well, YouTube would have nixed that for sure. I know Eric's got some cameras. Now you know what you have to do, Eric. You have to go get a prairie dog with your Red Rider BB gun just to at least be equal to that. Speaking of Eric, guys, if you haven't checked out the YouTube channel Guns in 701, go check it out because we have the crossbow versus the compound bow on there. And that was a great little video segment that we did the day after the 2A day. So go check that out because I thought it was a great video and it kind of shows that it isn't that easy with a crossbow as people think. There may be an advantage, but Eric did say too that his pins were off after he got back. So we might have to have a rematch. Eric says he's loving the play-by-play. Well, we had some fun doing it. It was unexpected.
Right,
I can hear him coming in.
I'm going to flip this camera around.
There we go.
Did you guys get a look at him?
We did. I was doing play-by-play. We were having some fun. There was all kinds of comments. Keith says it's a flicker tail ground squirrel.
Yeah,
This
I
looks
gotta
like
get
a
my
prairie
glasses.
dog.
That's I always call them little prairie dogs. Yeah,
Oh,
I gotta get
so
my
there it
glasses here.
So it is. It was the flicker tail. Keith has it right. That's okay. They need to go too, right?
What's that, Clay?
I said those need to be gone too.
Man, I've never seen one in this neighborhood, and they're taking over town. I do not want one of them things getting their roots in here. So I was just like, oh man.
Maybe we got a new segment now. Urban hunting with JD.
I did get him in the head. It was just a BB, not a pellet, because that's all that thing takes. I put another couple in him, so I finished him. But
I was telling everybody you need a GoPro on that thing so we can see the live up close.
Man, like mice that fall down in this window. I bet you this little pink BB gun on my firstborn daughter's there. I think that's killed more varmints than rodents and a lot of people's center fire rifles have. So
Well, that's she asks. She says, "What are you doing? Skinning it?" Feed it to the cat.
Nah.
Then you can hear it puke it up in the middle.
Tomorrow's garbage day, so he went and she whatever.
Brian says he just. I mentioned everyone should go to watch the
Thanks,
crossbow
Brian.
versus compound bow.
Yeah, so we on Second Amendment Day the next morning, Eric had his compound bow there, and I have my crossbow.
Yep.
We kind of did a little shoot. Like we were just kind of having fun with it, everybody, crossbow's cheating, and we shot some groups with it, and neither one of us is in the best state of mind for.
I did watch, but I was kind of quiet that morning.
Yeah, Clay definitely was.
I guess I needed more rest.
Oh man, I didn't mean to interrupt your 2A bullet points there, Clay.
It's okay.
Did you
It was
finish?
fun. I was watching it. I finished good enough. I was just talking about what they did. I'll tell you what, guys. I'll read one thing that the judge
Go for
said.
it.
The judge said that this case, it presents the question of whether the federal government may lawfully regulate partially manufactured firearm components, related firearm products, and other tools and materials in keeping with the Gun Control Act of 1968. Because the court concludes that the government cannot regulate those items without violating federal law, the court holds that the government recently acted final rule definition of frame or receiver and identification of firearms 87 Fed Reg 24652. See, these things get huge and long too.
Yeah.
That it is unlawful for the agency action taking in excess of ATF statutory jurisdiction. Basically, it vacated the rule. It said, bull, you guys don't have this kind of authority, and that's what needed to happen.
Yep.
And
Awesome.
in all honesty, that's the same kind of decisions that pretty much the Supreme Court's been handing down on just about every Second Amendment case, saying, nope, you guys have overreached. And they've been overreaching for decades. So I'm telling you guys, these cases are going to be precedent-setting cases. And that I was glad to see that. So that was one of them.
Mhm.
And
Awesome.
I think that fed right into what we were talking about earlier.
Yep. And we'll get a couple of these comments because what just happened to this little striper flicker tail will feed right into what I'm going to read next.
All right. Let's see. We got, that was a scheme.
Yeah,
What
we got
there. Those pink BB guns have taken out a few mice that came into our
Yeah.
house.
Worked perfect on them.
Brian, I like the lightning fast.
Yeah, that crossbow, they reload really fast, man. It's just super.
On the crossbow, yes. Yeah, they're super fast, aren't they?
All right, so we just saw the little varmint out here, right? And
no, we're like Scott. We got play-by-play hunting right there on air.
yeah, we did. Oh man, and YouTube and Facebook, it was a BB gun, so relax.
We'll have
relax.
to see what happens.
Yeah.
I said we probably won't get Nick's because Larry the Lib ain't on here no more. We took care of
Yeah,
that. So.
yeah. Well, I wasn't gonna put it on there, but I had to show it. Anyway,
Anyway.
It's prairie dog season, Clay. Shooting prairie dogs is one of my favorite things to do, if not the favorite. I mean, I'm super passionate deer hunter too, but I mean, you get one shot and and then the work starts. But so I'm gonna go through here real quick. Mauser, I don't know. A lot of people even know about Mauser bolt action rifles, Clayton.
I don't think they do. I think I know what you're going to. I know what article you.
I was, it's the Mauser M18 was rated the best budget hunting rifle of 2023, long range hunting rifle by Outdoor Life magazine. And if you don't know Mauser rifles, we've been following them on Facebook they make some pretty sweet rifles. They're made in Germany. And, the German engineering, they're very smart and very precise, So this guy tested John Snow, Outdoor Life shooting editor, went through the data compiled through shooting 11 of these most accurate long-range budget hunting rifles. Now, these are budget, not
Right.
When I say budget, when you hear the cost of it, it's not like a $500 rifle, but it's not ridiculous either. So
I always kind of call them either an entry level rifle, good first time.
It's definitely not down there with
yeah.
the Savage. What were we talking about earlier?
Savage Access.
Yeah, it's definitely not. No, this is way more quality than that. But
Yeah.
I mean, accuracy. But anyways, So the accuracy figures in Outdoor Life's best long-range rifles of 2023 were derived by taking the average of the 10 best 5-shot groups. So he wasn't just shooting 3-shot, we're good. We got a nice little clover leaf there. 5-shot groups of rifle delivered during the evaluation. And he says, not only are 5-shot groups more telling than 3-shot groups, which I 100% agree with, but averaging it out over 10 groups raises the bar. And you will see the groups in here are pretty impressive for what he did, actually. The Mauser 18, it has a 3-lug bolt action, obviously based on the Remington 700, which, I mean, everybody who's in those, well, what was it, number one selling bolt action, right, Clay, on
Yep.
what we just talked about?
Yeah, in our last gun broker deal there.
Yep. And this guy says best long-range deer rifle for the money. And Blazer Group, which I think they import the Mauser, says we're honored to receive the recognition from Outdoor Life. The M18 was designed to deliver the benefits of German engineering and manufacturing, superior reliability, durability, and accuracy in its class. So I'll get in a little. This ain't gonna take too long, but the Mauser 18 bolt-action rifle is available in Savannah Tan, U.S. Marine Corps camo, which that's a badass stock. I love that freaking camo. That's when they put that thing up on Facebook all the time. Like, I love that. And the Fred Bear old school camo, which I'm not sure which that one is, but Fred Bear's a cool dude.
I don't know.
So,
big time bow hunter.
yeah. So whatever.
Someone maybe can clue us in on what the
Fred Bear, I think Andy, if he's still around, he's a big Fred Bear. I think Fred Bear, he's actually Fred Bear's pro team, right? He's on the pro staff.
Yeah, I believe so.
But the Fred Bear stock, and it comes with grip inserts. It just gives a little different color, and you can alter it for like more of a pistol grip or a traditional, like the European grip. And of course, the barrel's threaded, which is awesome. So you can put on your suppressor, a muzzle brake, cold hammer forged German steel. And honestly, German steel and Japanese steel are probably the two best steels in the world. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but 3-position safety, adjustable triggers. You can adjust it from 2 1/4 up to 4 1/4, which is awesome. I'd love that. And even 4 1/4 at their high end, that's 4 1/4 is pretty low for a high end adjustment. 60-degree oversized bolt with 3 locking lugs and 2 ejector pins for quick, smooth cycling of the cartridge. And this is great too, Clay. You get it, comes with a 5-round standard, right? Which is, I mean, that's 3 more than Biden and Obama want you to have.
I think you should have.
But you can also, Clay, oh boy, here we go, baby. You can also get 10 rounders for it.
Oh.
So the reason I'm working this into what I said about Prairie Dogs, you get it 220. It comes, you'll see the calibers, I'll name all, but you can get it in 223 with a 10-round mag and a threaded barrel. And what this thing shoots, this would be an
Press
awesome.
that baby. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What did Eric say in here? Go ahead and get that in there, Clay. Before
Eric says, "God, I live 2 miles from a big prairie dog town, and I'm rebuilding the prairie dog town in my backyard after the neighbor poisoned them." So yeah.
I could have captured this guy live for you or whatever.
Yeah. Brian just chimed in about the Parker. Got a Parker Hale 25-06 with the Mauser action. Love that rifle. Was my wife's grandfather.
Awesome.
So, yeah, Mauser's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah.
A lot of custom guns.
World War I and World War. Yeah, I mean Mausers. That's. I mean they're ingrained in the history of firearms. Yes. So, but I'll give you. So it weighs in here at 6.5 pounds overall length, 41 3/4 inches. Yeah, it's backed by a sub MOA performance guarantee. Doesn't have a lifetime warranty like a lot of rifles here do, but it does have a 10-year. I mean, if the thing makes it 10 years, you're probably good to go. It accepts Remington 700 long action style mounts and the thread pattern, of course, 1/2 inch by 28 in the 223, 243, 270, 6.5 Pimp Creedmoor, 6.5 PRC, 7mm mag, and 9/16 by 24. And that's the bigger ones coming in here, 30-06, 300 Win Mag. And of course, baby, the Tree 08. And that's what they use for their test gun, Clay. If anybody's wondering what these 5-shot groups were. So he took the 5-shot groups out of 10. He shot 10 5-shot groups, and the average out of all these 10 groups, this is pretty impressive, was 0.877 inch.
Wow.
Right? So that's definitely under MOA, because MOA is just a hair over an inch. But yeah, for 5-shot, I mean, most people, honestly, Clay, most people probably couldn't even shoot even a 3-shot group that small. But And the best group measured at 0.673 inches, and that was with a 165 grain Nosler AccuBond, which AccuBonds, I'm a huge Nosler bullet fan, but AccuBonds are not really known for their super accuracy, but that's pretty badass. And now, Clay, for the best part, the price. Everybody's wondering what a budget, the best
What's
budget,
the
right?
price?
And depending on what the camo pattern was on the stock, the cheapest one was the Savannah 10, and then those are $815. I looked on Bud's Gun Shop, and no, Bud's doesn't give us any deals either. Hey, Bud's, I mean,
No.
Clay and I are way open to it.
We're always open.
Yeah, we're always open. Yeah, but the ones with the U.S. Marine Corps camo and the Fred Bear camo, those were $910. So, but I
Well, it's
mean,
not horrible.
I think, yeah, if you want to shoot a little longer range, this thing's awesome. You can get the 5 or 10 round mag, detachable, which is great. I always love detachable magazines. I think that's a must have for me. But yeah, that's Mauser. Go check them out. They got, and again, Clay, they don't give us a dime, do they?
No, they don't. This is just stuff we think is good.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it's good. You're looking for, you got a buck tag. You're looking for a new rifle. Hey, go ahead and check them guys out. I know it's made in Germany, but the importer Blazer, hey, they're Americans, and you're giving Americans money, just like you got a Tikka. Hey, I'm gonna buy a Tikka, huh? Guess what? Tikka's imported too. So
yeah. I mean, guys, imported guns is nothing new.
Yeah.
Even the Winchesters now, you guys do realize Winchester went out of business. They just were rebought, and the Winchester is not what you think it is anymore. It's not. It's a fine gun, but it's not the USA made stuff out of Connecticut anymore, out of New Haven. So
right. But yeah, I mean,
let's see. One shot cap. He chimes in. The oldest gun I got is a Steffens A&T number 41, 22 single shot pocket pistol, approximately 120 years old. Wow. That's awesome. Handed down from his great grandpa. There's what I'm talking about. And I've got several both my grandfathers, on my mom and dad's side.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to keep the guns that they had for the most part. And those guns mean more to me than anything, and they will to my kids. That's just outstanding. Your great grandpa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's an old gun. That's freaking awesome, man.
Yep. No, I love that. That's what it's about. And according to commies and tyrants like Biden, you shouldn't be able to pass that to nobody.
No.
You go through a background check and get it. Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah. They don't want them all to have them in a
KMA, Mr. Biden. KMA.
All right, Clayton. What do you want to do? We're at 8:15. You want to do another bullet point, or
I'm going to do one quick one just because it actually
it.
relates to what I just talked about and to North Dakota.
Good.
I didn't even know this place existed, but the ATF, ATF revoking FFL is up 500% since Biden took over.
Mm-hmm.
Valley City, North Dakota is where this story lands.
Oh, boy.
ATF revoked both federal firearms licenses that belong to the gun shop that sued the federal government over the now dead frames and receiver rule. We just heard the ruling on that, right? That's why I did that one first.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of the ones that sued the federal government as well. It was one of the other cases. Morehouse Enterprises in North Dakota, Valley City, teamed up with Gun Owners of America to fight the attempt from the ATF to regulate unfinished frames and receivers, and of course through a bureaucratic fiat. And like I said, we just heard, so I'm not going to go too much in that because we just heard what happened. It was thrown out by a Texas judge. I'm sure this is going to, again, work its way through and be appealed as well. But
then they should reinstate their FFLs, right?
Yeah, you would think so, right? But here's what it is. The lawsuit is the first case now in the country to challenge this now vacated rule. As we already heard it was actually challenged and done. So now they're basically going to challenge it again to restore their FFL in a nutshell. Morehouse Enterprises filed suit. The ATF launched an inspection of the gun shop. So as soon as they filed that suit, boom, on May 23rd, the ATF informed Morehouse Enterprises of its intent then to revoke both the company's FFLs, even though the second FFL did not have any violations. So the company itself actually held two different separate FFLs for two different separate businesses. Couldn't get a lot of information on Morehouse Enterprises themselves. I suppose with all the lawsuits going on, they pulled a lot of stuff off the websites.
Yep.
The inspection, though, March 6th, 2023. Now, this was a couple months before, they decided to revoke. ATF issued a report of violations. The ATF found 5 policy violations. And then, so the actual inspection, they came in and they did the inspection. Basically, the industry operators inspector, Jacob Temp, jokingly told the store owner that the ATF discussed whether the inspection would look like retaliation for the court case. The IOA or the IOI said that the ATF originally would delay any inspection for at least 3 years pending litigation, but they decided to do it anyway. So they showed up, and even the guy, he jokingly said it. Well, then March 6th, they get their report, found 5 policy violations. So you want to hear what they were?
Mm-hmm.
So 3 of them are just simple paperwork errors. That can happen. We're human. It can happen. And then 2 of them were supposedly serious. And here's what they are. They had first violation was the store forgot to record the return of a firearm to a customer that brought it in for gunsmithing. If those of you don't know, when you bring a firearm into an FFL for gunsmithing, they're supposed to log it into their book, and then of course they'll log it back out to you. I mean, just to have a simple repair done. And most people don't even know that.
No, I didn't.
Second violation is the store accidentally writing a customer's social security number in the NICS, that's your background check, transaction number. So when you do your 4473 and they call it in to the NICS system, the National Instant Background Check System, you get a transaction number. And any of these guys like David or any of our FFL dealers can tell you that that's what that number is. They mistakenly put the social security number in that box.
Mm-hmm.
Again, things happen, right?
Right.
The third clerical error was a number left off of a NICS transaction number. Well, it's a long number.
Yeah.
They just forgot to write one of the numbers down. So those weren't horrible. The other 2 were more serious, according to him. They transferred a handgun to a Georgia resident. Now, if anyone's not aware, this happened a long time ago that you cannot transfer any handguns to anybody unless it's another FFL if they're not a resident of the state. That's the way it is. Long guns are fine, not handguns. And I don't know the background on the Georgia thing because it just didn't say it. Now, I assume that it might be this. The second violation was that they allowed a customer, it doesn't say it's the same one, but I just bet that's what this is about, to use a Georgia concealed carry permit in place of the NICS background check. Because Georgia's concealed permit does allow, there's exceptions to that background check, like North Dakota's. If you have the class 1 or 2 concealed carry permit, you can bypass the 4473 because it is suffice for the National Instant Background Check. Well, that's what they did here, but again, it doesn't matter. It wasn't an FFL. So, I mean, that is a legitimate thing. Thing is, with all of these violations, they've never resulted in a revoking of a FFL. Mm-hmm. Usually you get a warning. It's called a warning conference. It's recorded. It's basically on your history. Don't let it happen again type thing. Nope, they went ahead and just completely took their FFLs away. And here's what they're saying: Morehouse Enterprises, they're going to take issue with it. They filed their complaint against the ATF, and they're claiming that the Bureau's actions are arbitrary, capricious, and abuse of discretion, and not in accordance with law. I would agree with that. They also claim that the ATF is acting in a vindictive manner, and they are denying the Morehouse Enterprises due process rights and have violated any kind of retaliation, or basically they were violated by retaliatory prosecution. I think they're right. I think that this is about being vindictive and teaching you, me, everybody, don't take us on. If you do, we're coming after you. We're going to make it hell for you, and we're going to make you spend a lot of money. That's exactly what's happening. That is what they do in places like Germany and Russia and every other communist nation. They scare you. They intimidate you. And that's what happened. I found it interesting that it happened in Valley City, North Dakota. I never heard a word about it.
I didn't either.
I just happened to be going through articles like, what's this? Valley City, North Dakota. So there you go. And a little longer-winded than I should.
And then Joe's son, he lies on the 4473 and throws his pistol in a dumpster, and nothing happens to him.
Nothing happens, and then he drops coke at the White House.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway, that was my last one.
All right,
Too
Clay.
easy.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go through this real quick, and then you can get to Clay's Pro Second Amendment Company here. Last 2A bullet point I got, it's called Longshot Hawk Smart Scope. I think a lot of people are familiar with the phone scope. I have a phone scope. This thing is the Hawk Smart Scope is a compact portable camera system. It's like a little box, actually. To me, it looks like, and it clips on, it screws onto the back of your spotting scope, kind of like the phone scope does, right? But
Yep.
it's just a little different here. It's a camera system that app enabled for easy viewing on Bluetooth capable devices. Attach the device to your spotting scope, and the Hawk streams the view straight to your app enabled smartphone. It's weather and drop resistant. The Hawk provides 12 hours of continuous, which is impressive. 12 hours.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
I want to say it's about the size of maybe a little smaller than a box of 12 gauge shotgun shells by the looks of it. It's orange and black, but from 12 hours of continuous use from a single charge does not require cellular or Wi-Fi service and comes with a 2-year warranty, custom case and wall charger. A 1920 by 1080 pixel camera contained within the durable plastic housing. Ability to attach and center its camera behind any spotting scope with an ocular lens that measures between 36 millimeters and 58. Comes in at $250. You can check that thing out at longshotcameras.com. Looks awesome. It's deer spotting season right now. You know, you wanna see them in velvet and start getting pictures of them or videos of them, or like I do. Take them through there and put them on our social media pages, and it works great for getting prairie dogs blowing up too. So
absolutely.
Just an alternative. That's an alternative to the phone scope. I have no complaints about the phone scope. I love my phone scope. It's great. Just got a new phone, and it fits same size as my old phone, so I don't have to spend another $100 or whatever it is to buy all those dang attachments.
And it works. You're right. It works pretty good. You've taken a lot of videos from that, and you can't really tell it's not a high-end camera.
Right.
It does a real good job.
Right. Yeah, especially when the sun's out, man. And that makes a big difference too when the sun's out, how you can see it. So.
Absolutely.
All right, Clayton.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, we're going to do something a little different. I actually called it Clay's Patriot Company of the Week, but same difference, Second Amendment. So give us a little intro and we'll go into it.
All right. Beautiful.
All right. I had to play the whole thing. I might shorten that up later, but I thought that kind of turned out pretty cool. So, with that, I'm just going to say a little bit about this company. You know, I was kind of looking at it's pretty easy for us to find them, especially here in North Dakota, even in the Bismarck area. And I thought I can't say enough about this particular company because they've been so patriotic and so supportive of the Second Amendment. NRA banquets, of course, guns in general. You go out to their own ranges and have a lot of fun. He's happy to host anybody at his place, bring people out there who haven't shot. I imagine what we're going to end up doing is when we do the Jay Dillon versus Todd Mitchell deal, that's the range it'll take place on. And very generous, too, not just with supporting Second Amendment programs, shows, causes. I mean, you name it. He's generous with his time and he's generous with his range and his place. And so that means that I couldn't think of a better first patriot Company of the Week than our own sponsor, Laurel Auto Repair.
Right.
And I just want to throw that out there and thank them. To me, you're not going to find a better Second Amendment supporting, patriotic supporting, freedom-minded guy than Doug Wolf down
Yep.
there. We call him Axe.
Yep.
At Laurel Auto Repair, 309 Washington Street. There it is, right there. He's the guy that made these cups for us
Yeah,
as soon as we started out.
Yep.
I mean, guys, I look at it like this: if we are not out there, it's like anything else. When we're after the commie company, don't do business with them. These guys you want to do business with. You can go there. You know that your money's going to a place that's going to support causes, going to support shows like this. Get the word out. And I can't think of anything better than doing business with people that think like we do. So many times we're forced to go to companies and businesses that unfortunately don't share what we believe as far as the United States goes and our freedom, but we have to buy their product because they're the only ones that sometimes have it. And it does happen. I try not to do that, but even me,
Yeah.
and I'm sure Jamie too. I mean, it's like these signs behind us. That Rick's, and maybe there's another
Signs
candidate.
and wonders.
Absolutely. I mean, that guy is a solid patriot.
Hey Rick, if you're listening, I saw you on the river the other day, and you got a big cabin cruiser. It's called, see it on the back, says Nemesis on it.
Oh, perfect.
I tried to get his attention, but he probably jamming over there and didn't hear us. So
that's okay. That's okay. So that is my very first Patriot Company of the Week. Is our main sponsor, our headline founding sponsor, Laurel Auto Repair. Doug Wolf and the boys down there do a fantastic job. They'll get you set up right. Your money is going to support people and a business that supports our way of life. So again, Doug, thank you for your support.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for being a great American. And you guys are Laurel Auto Repair, my Patriot Company of the Week.
Great choice, Clay. Well done, buddy. Awesome.
Thank you. Oh, he's listening too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got it up there.
He says thank you, and yes, thank you. I can't say enough. He must have did the play ball right after.
Yeah, he did that after you played the national anthem. He put play ball up there.
All right.
Yeah, Brian Water. Hey, appreciate that, buddy. He says, by the way, I love the fawn videos, Jamie. Yeah, you want to see some ultra cute and adorable mule deer fawns and their mama go on our Facebook and YouTube page, and I got it on Twitter too. Check it out on there. And I didn't get it.
Check it out.
Yeah, they are pretty cute. They're pretty cute little suckers for sure. Hopefully they're still there when I get there this week, and the coyote pups didn't get them. So
one other thing, guys, is I just had this text come in. Yes, this is the only shirt with this logo. If you are interested in one, just email me right there, Clay@gunsinthe701.com or JD@gunsinthe701.com. We'll make you one with this logo too. We just went with the first original retro logo, but if you're interested in this one, absolutely, they're the same price.
Yeah,
it doesn't cost any more or any less.
Yeah, I'm gonna be wearing my sleeveless one tomorrow when out at Axis shoot. It's gonna be 85, man. That's not for sleeve weather. I'm a sleeveless guy, anyways. It ain't because I think I got big arms. It's just that I like wearing sleeveless stuff.
I'm about caught up on hay, and so we're gonna have to start talking about prairie dog shoots and things like that. So
yeah. My buddy Bill texted me today. He's almost done hay, and he wants to go again. I said, when you're done, let me know. We'll get it set up because I know a blind guy wants to go, and our buddy from Cut and Go Lawn, Brax, he wants to go. So
we need to bring them all down here.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I'm definitely down with that.
Heck yeah, we can make that.
We can bump up the income there of the bar that night too. So. Give him a good night.
Oh, that reminds me now. We got to talk to Leon. I've always wanted to do this because I had one guy that was going to do it from Florida, but he didn't make it up here. But we always wanted to walk into our local bar. I think I told you this story, didn't I? And I want a man of his background and color.
Yep.
I would love to have our very great friend Leon Francis, who is a great Black
American.
They can't say it.
More his cap right here.
Leon game absolutely. And have him walk in with a duffel bag that looks like it's full of something. And I'm going to walk in with a briefcase later We're going to sit down at a table, not say a word to each other, exchange bags, and then walk out. We'll make everybody talk around here.
Oh my gosh, that would be fun. I'd love to see that too.
I think Leon would be up for that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I guarantee you
God,
would.
that'd
Leon
be
would love
fun.
that. Leon would love it.
So
He'd love
Leon,
it.
if you watch this or listen on the podcast, buddy, we have got to have some fun.
Yeah.
You got to come.
He'll
down
hit
to
it
our
on the
part of country.
podcast for sure. I guarantee. He said he does every week. So.
And Leon's a great American. He just is. And
Oh
he's
yeah,
gonna find a-
he
he's gonna find a
eats
more
liberal so
solid
much
guy
he
to-
moved his family out of Fargo. So
Yeah.
couldn't
Yes.
take it.
So, all right.
All right,
With
Clay.
that,
One more thing here, and then we'll end it up.
Yeah.
We'll end up. So here's what's coming up right now. Oh baby, happy ending of the week coming up.
Never gets old.
All right, Clay. It's a shorter one, but man, it's a happy one. So, all right, here we go. April 24th, a man in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. As a matter of fact, Clay, where our buddy Leon's from, Louisiana.
That's right.
He heard someone banging on his door around 10 p.m. When he opened the door, a man rushed in and started punching him in the face. However, the resident armed himself before opening the door. So when the man forced his way into his house and attacked, the armed citizen was able to shoot the intruder in self-defense. The home invader died from the gunshot wounds. Happy ending right there.
Mm-hmm.
Police reported the shooting was justified. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 4/25/23. That's your happy ending of the week. Don't break into somebody's house and start punching them, because that'd be the last punches you'd be throwing.
Don't do it here. Don't do it here. Well, you're probably not even going to get into the house to do it to me. So and it'd be a lot of fun for you to try.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
But it's like I keep telling people, don't worry about calling the sheriff or the cops. Just call Evans and Jensen Funeral Home, and they'll take care of it.
Are you? Eric said he's watching a Muley Dole with 200 out of his living room right now.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome, man.
And a little update from last week. I was over there haying on my 2 quarters that is I call the honey hole. By golly, I think I sent you some pictures.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Looks
the
awesome.
bucks are moving in. They're in velvet. They're looking good.
Awesome.
I know all my whitetails died a couple of years ago, but they're coming back. I found a ton of little sheds that are 3 and 4 point, and they're not like little miniature crappy ones. I mean, you can tell that these are probably deer that they're young, but they moved back in, and they're gonna they look different. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but I think I got some potential here in a couple of years. I might have some nice deer there again.
Yep.
And it was good to see that. I've seen several fawns now. Wow. They really are starting to come out of the woodwork. So very happy to see that, because I thought maybe I didn't have a lot of hope earlier this year because I wasn't seeing much.
I didn't either, Clay. And like I said 2 weeks ago, and out, even that Friday night, we didn't see nothing. The next morning we did, and not like it's usually. It was about half, but I mean, I was just glad to see something. So no bucks. I haven't seen some little ones, but go ahead.
One shot says, "Nice job, Doug," and I'm sure that's absolutely.
Yep.
Great
Awesome.
people. So,
awesome.
Well, with that, I guess I'm just going to remind everybody that every Monday in the Crosshairs with JD and Clay and Jay Dillon as our host, that comes on at 11:30 Mountain, 12:30 Central. And that's KFYRplus.com. Go ahead and hit KFYRplus.com, and you'll find the live feed there. And you know what? We're having some fun with Jay, and we'll keep you guys posted, because I think we're going to have a little competition between KFYR plus Jay Dillon and Todd Mitchell from KFYR 550.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to video that.
Yeah. And if you're new to the show and you're wondering why Todd, because every Friday at what is it, Clay? 7:40 a.m. Mountains, 8:40 a.m. Central. Clay and I are on with Mitchell in the morning on KFYR 550 a.m. We're on there for about 15-20 minutes with Todd, and we just kind of want to make it the battle of the KFYRs right there. Absolutely. And they both sound like they're in, and I mean, we all know Todd's definitely pro gun, and I don't know, somebody said Jay really wasn't, but I don't know, he seems pretty open to what we've been talking about.
He's definitely opened up about it. I can see that, and I'm glad we could do that. That's what this is about, guys.
Yeah.
Never be afraid to take somebody on the other side, whether he is or not, anybody that's on the other side, and introduce them.
Yep.
who knows? You might make a lifelong shooter and Second Amendment advocate rather than have them on the other side against you all the time.
Yeah. And I told him we'll even do it all suppressed so you guys don't have to wear masks.
Oh yeah, so don't have to. And he was actually I think he really likes.
Yeah,
these
Jason's a
suppressors.
dig suppressors for sure.
And he don't understand why it's not. I loved it when he said, "I can't understand why they're not making you do that." Todd said the same thing.
Yeah.
You'd think that the government would want you to have that because
Yeah.
it's a safety measure.
They're all about safety until they're not. So
Until they're not. So I love it. It's been a lot of fun doing both them shows. So
yeah.
tune in, like I said, Friday, Mitchell in the morning. I think we're gonna have a good one. I imagine by tomorrow sometime there'll be a new poll up on the Facebook page.
Oh,
Check
yeah.
out the Facebook page.
Yep.
Of course, we're broadcasting on Twitter. We're of course broadcasting YouTube and Fascist Book, and even on Rumble. So check them all out. I see Rumble. Jamie mentioned it the other day. Yeah, we're getting some more traffic over there.
Twitter is too. I was kind of surprised there in the last couple of weeks. The Twitter activities kicked up, and Mark and Nicole are going to show me some stuff tomorrow. Maybe we can get some more people in on there on Twitter too. So
sounds great.
Well, we're up for it, man. Let's hit it. Sounds fun. Let's get it done.
Perfect. Sounds good to me. So we're coming up here just a little over an hour and a half, and I want to thank everybody tonight for tuning in. It's summertime. I get it. If some of you guys are missing it, that's okay.
Yeah.
I see Trampus. I don't know if he was on the whole time, but he chimed in there a little bit, just a few minutes ago, really. So he said something about having a smoker. You know what? And these guys, they have a business, him and his buddy. That'd be some good food if we have them come down with a smoker.
Oh, man. Love me some. I got a big, Clay, you saw my big smoker next to the house.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like smoked meat, man. Nothing like smoked meat. Yeah. And David Fetting, you got that's going to be great. So that must have been when we were talking about some of our other stuff. Great show, guys, from Kevin. Brian's got on here.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Good show. We need more live on action. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something. Yeah. Well, hey, I seen the flicker tail out here and got rid of him, and Eric seeing a mule deer outside his window. So,
well, David, when we have that shoot off, we'll make sure you get an invite. I bet. Yeah. I imagine that's what you were talking about. So.
I mean, Todd's always working, and Dave works 2 jobs, so we're gonna have to conglomerate. We'll figure a date out, and then hopefully the dang weather cooperates with us when we do it. So
David's got in there. If there are lefties, they can be made a righty. They've been brainwashed once you teach them right again. And that's true. I've noticed that, that's the difference with us. When you're on the side that we are on, we're based in the Constitution, we're based in fact. I'm based heavily in my Christian beliefs, and all that comes together under my conservative hat. And I can tell you right now, I don't have to be brainwashed because that's my beliefs. That's what I grew up. I can see looking at things going, this is how it is. On the other side, though, it is about being brainwashed. We see it in public indoctrination schools from the government. You see it everywhere in the fake news media. I mean, it's hour after hour after hour of just BS crap. And I see it all the time. Yeah, if you listen to enough of that crap, and then if it's, what do you want to say? If people are tolerating it and they're condoning it, it's going to get worse. And we've seen that happen. But once they can be exposed to reality, it takes some time. You're never going to get them all. But every once in a while you get them and you're like, oh, they're like, huh. Well, yeah, that makes sense. This is crazy. I can't believe I even believe the other way. It does happen.
Oh, yeah. You can definitely. I think there's a lot more people that left that go to the right when they get older than vice versa. So I
think you're right. I absolutely agree. I'm moving farther right as I get older, and I didn't think I could go any farther. But
hey, Waylon, he says Waylon Turner says great job, guys. Thanks, Waylon. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for helping get those raffle tickets sold. And again, really appreciate you putting that swag all over your truck, brother.
If anybody needs any raffle tickets, again, this is on the Noreen AR-10. It's chambered in a 30-06. Been
hunting caliber.
Hunting caliber. Done the engraving. And then we Cerakoted it. We did Cerakoted in black again, but that's sweet. A Cerakote finish. This is a gun you go out and use. It is a hunting rifle. 30-06 AR-10. Noreen is a fantastic firearm. We got this from 1760 Sports, David Fetting. And I'm telling you guys, you cannot find a better quality firearm than this one right here. $20 tickets, and I have some, of course. Jamie still got some.
Yep.
Waylon had some. I don't know if he's out. We'll get him some more.
Yeah, Waylon's like the salesman of the year.
We will definitely get you a ticket if you need them. Last count, I think we're right at about 100 50 plus. I'm not quite sure with the ones that you guys got, so we'll just have to add them up. But I also handed out a bunch to the board members here last week at the meeting. So if they sell all of theirs, that'll be another 100 real easy. And we plan to give this away the weekend of August 19th at Grant County Fair if we're sold out. Generally we are, or we might have a handful left.
Well,
but that's the plan.
if anybody's listening up, Mercer County, I'm going to be up to probably Saddle Sore Saturday night. I'll have them along. And I think
and if he sells out, he'll take orders and we'll send him some.
Yeah. And I think Josette texted me there at Hanging by a Thread sewing. She's going to have all her caps done. So I'll bring some of them up. You guys want a cap? I think I got some shirts left. I'll bring them all up if you're interested.
And we definitely have to check with our gal that's working on our website.
Yeah.
She is working on it. She's going to try to get our store up and running. It's just taking a little, that ain't her full-time job either. She got a full-time job.
Right.
So I know it's beyond my knowledge, so hopefully she'll get her figured out for us.
All right, Clay.
Well, with that, I guess we want to wish everybody a great rest of the week. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Send some freedom seeds downrange. It doesn't get any more American than that. Have fun with Mark and them guys. Wish I could come up there, but
you
I'm
bet. Thanks, buddy. We will. You'll see the videos, I'm sure.
All right. So, well, guys, keep your powder dry. We'll see you next week.